The sun hung high over the bustling city park as the weekday afternoon moved with its usual noise. But for Ethan Hale, a tired single father trying to balance work, rent, and raising his little boy, the world felt heavier than ever. He had just lost another delivery job that morning, and every step he took felt like walking with the weight of the world pressed into his chest. As he sat on a bench trying to breathe through the stress, a small cry suddenly broke through the air, soft, trembling, and filled with fear. He turned and saw a girl no older than 6, standing alone near the fountain, her eyes swollen with tears and her hands shaking as she clutched a tiny pink backpack. Something inside Ethan shifted instantly. Despite his own struggles, he couldn't ignore a child in pain, and that's where everything began. If you believe in kindness, humanity, and second chances, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soulful Heart Story. Your support keeps these heartfelt stories alive. Ethan approached slowly, speaking in a gentle tone, asking the frightened girl if she was lost. She nodded weakly and whispered her namely, Anna. She said she had been with her mom in the park, but when she turned around, her mother was gone. Panic struck her little face as fresh tears streamed down. Ethan knelt beside her and assured her that she wasn't alone anymore. Holding his own son Noah's hand with one side and guiding Liana with the other, he began searching every corner of the park. As minutes stretched into nearly an hour, Ethan's heart grew heavier, not from frustration, but from imagining what the mother must be going through. With no phone number on Liana's tag and no familiar figure in sight, Ethan took her to a nearby security office, hoping someone might have reported a missing child. But even there, no updates came. Still, he stayed comforted and protected her, refusing to leave until she was safe. Eventually, authorities located her mother and picked her up, thanking Ethan for his compassion. He watched Liana leave safely and smiled, never imagining what the next few hours would bring. Later that day, as Ethan walked home with Noah, exhausted but relieved, a sleek black sedan rolled to a stop beside them. A woman stepped out, elegant, striking, and clearly someone accustomed to a life far from Ethan's small apartment and overdue bills. She walked directly toward him. Before he could speak, she introduced herself as Serafina Marlowe, Liana's mother. Her voice trembled with emotion as she explained how she had been separated from her daughter, and how authorities told her about the man who stayed with Liana for hours without expecting anything in return. Serafina wasn't just a mother. She was one of the wealthiest entrepreneurs in the city, a billionaire whose life was always flashing with meetings, security details, and headlines. Yet in this moment, she was simply a grateful mom who couldn't stop thanking the stranger who had cared for her child like his own. Ethan felt awkward under her gratitude, insisting he did nothing extraordinary, but Serafina saw what most people overlooked: his sincerity, his empathy, his quiet strength. She noticed Noah clinging shyly to his father's leg and the fatigue etched on Ethan's face. Something about the man's honesty stirred a deep warmth in her chest. Without being overbearing, she offered to help him find stable work at one of her companies, explaining gently that the world needed more men like him. Men who acted from the heart, not for reward. Ethan hesitated, pride battling with reality, but when he saw Noah's hopeful eyes, he accepted. In the weeks that followed, Ethan's life transformed. With steady income, he moved into a better home, provided Noah a safer life, and found a renewed sense of dignity. Serafina, though powerful and busy, checked in often, developing a quiet but meaningful bond with the man who reminded her that kindness still existed in the world. And every time Ethan saw little Liana run to him smiling, he remembered the day a simple act of compassion opened a door he never expected. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soulful Heart Story. Your support helps us spread more warmth and humanity. Special request, tell in the comments, what would you do if you found a lost child alone?